So until now I was talking about shaping my vision. Now I'm gonna get a little bit into shaping your body. I was talking about shaping who you are, how you want to see yourself. And I'm gonna try and talk about how to make it fun.
What is the purpose of the video?
I'm making a show about fitness and motivation. So here, could I sit like here? And that way that doesn't have to be.
Well, as your fitness coach, I want to tell you both that you're just not working nearly hard enough.
What do you mean?
You need to work harder.
I think we got it. Exercise. Exercise.
That's good. Really good. Woo. Workout. Get some.
Make another workout video.
Are you?
Oh, it's a playlist?
It's a playlist.
Bottom line, variety is good for exercise. If you can introduce dancing, that's great exercise. If you can introduce once in a while working out in the gym, once in a while playing basketball, rowing, the more variety, the better.
Make up things. You have such a creative mind. You just start. Put on good music. I'm going to speak soon about motivation and exercise and how to motivate yourself.
This is my first time in like 2 weeks and I'm feeling it so much.
That's good.
Really?
Here we go. Fucking cook the cook.
So, it's on.
Am I in the lens?
Yeah. Well, you can,
Yeah, I can see you.
you're in the lens, AJ is not. You've been moving a little.
Very good. No.
There we go.
How's the sound doing big up?
What?
Is the sound doing big up?
It's on.
See us in the club, we'll be acting real nice. If you see us on the floor, you'll be watching all night. We ain't here to hurt nobody. So give it to me,
Get them angles, get them angles.
wanna see you work your body. So give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Let me see if you know this song right here. Just listen to it. Don't even look. Hot shit. Ooh, I'm going down, down, baby. Just give me a ring. I'm going down, down, baby. No street in the rain. I'm ready to let it go.
So we stopped last time with overcoming barriers. And some of the barriers are that it's difficult, there is some pain associated with it, even if you are at 70% of your heart rate. It's still uncomfortable. And ways to deal with it is, at least until you get into it, because very often we enter the zone when we start to run and we don't feel the difficulty anymore. But at least at the beginning, it's important to have social support, to divide and conquer, to build gradually, and to have distractors such as TV, your MP3 or whatever it is.
Awesome things really, headphones. Put money into an armband, stick your headset inside so you'll work out better. Dance. And sometimes at the gym I actually take one of the rooms and go dancing by myself. Music, I don't care. Feels great. I love dancing. I think we should all dance. It's so important and gets a lot of our system moving. The heart rate monitor really helps me see that my heart doesn't always work so hard, so I can work harder and get it pumping. All those little gadgets help. For me, it really helps to learn more and read more about it, because your heart is not the only thing that burns calories. And being happy also burns calories. Laughing from the bottom of your stomach for 5 minutes, like laughing really hard, I think it's like 20 minutes on the treadmill. So do things you like and, you know, balance yourself. You don't have to work out every day strictly.
But let me tell you what are some of the trends that we see in research. Right now, it seems that if there is only one form of exercise that you do, the best bang for the buck, best value for your time would be aerobic exercise. 3, ideally 4 times 30 minutes of aerobic exercise a week. That's at minimum. However, if you can also do weight training and supplement the aerobic exercise, that's terrific, that's great.
Yeah. Getting ready for a photo shoot.
I'm gonna shoot everyone here.
Well, what are we doing?
We'll just shoot and shoot until we drop. And then I gotta pack to go to Israel.
Busy night. So,
that's tough.
instead of packing to go back to Israel with the flight tomorrow, why are we doing a photo shoot?
Because we're crazy.
Because sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, energy is overrated. We don't have any, just keep on going.
The most important thing though that I do want to say about interval training is that, especially for perfectionists, it's very easy to overtrain. You don't want to get to your maximum heart rate and keep it there for a long time, even if you can. More does not necessarily mean better. Again, unless you're training for the Olympics, in which case you do want to get to 100% of your maximum heart rate at times. For maximum health, you want to get to 90%, maximum 95% of your max heart rate, which is why a heart rate monitor can help so much, because it can tell you when you're working too hard or when it's too easy.
Less shaping. You don't need to work out all day long. You can only work out an hour a day, and you also don't need to do it every day a week. Ask a trainer. I'm supposed to do only 5 days a week. I'm still a freakaholic, a freak workoutaholic. So I work out too much, but I need to take 2 days of rest. I'm ready.
So, what's your workout routine?
Well, I try to listen to my body. I'm like a holistic person.
Good.
So
You listen to your body. What does your body tell you?
Well, but what I've learned now is I don't need to work out all day to be in shape. Like with all this training and the trainers, I'm learning that half an hour of weights and half an hour of cardio
Very good.
is the right balance. Like when you do the half an hour on the weights, you kind of focus on that muscle.
Yes.
I call it conditioning. You kind of condition it, get that muscle conditioned or oiled up like a bicycle does not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then when you do the cardio, that burns the fat in that specific area that you want. And
That is new to me.
to shape a muscle and to shape an area of your body, I'm explaining that in the video, but basically you work out an area by doing an anaerobic, which means lifting. You tense that muscle for a while, 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then do the cardio. To burn for the heart. The heart is a muscle. You don't want the other muscles to put pressure on the heart. You gotta do both. So, and the cardio also burns fat. But if you want to focus that burning fat to an area, you do the anaerobic, the lifting, tensing that muscle for 10 minutes to half an hour before, and then you do the aerobic. Again, half an hour is fine, 20 minutes, as much as you can, as much as you need, but you don't need to go beyond an hour.
But let me tell you what are some of the trends that we see in research. Right now, it seems that if there is only one form of exercise that you do, the best bang for the buck, best value for your time would be aerobic exercise. 3, ideally 4 times 30 minutes of aerobic exercise a week. That's at minimum. However, if you can also do weight training and supplement the aerobic exercise, that's terrific, that's great. Twice a week, 3 times a week of weight training is great, especially as you get older. That weight training contributes more.
You could do half an hour and half an hour, but you're still tensing that muscle that you want to burn the fat from. And then when you do the aerobic, which is cardio, you know, going on the elliptical or bicycle or running or walking, that muscle, because it was tensed before, like right prior to that activity, that muscle is going to work more, and that's where you're going to burn the fat. So if you want to get a 6-pack, or if you want to make your arms a little bit thinner, you know, do the right exercise to that muscle before you do the active exercise, before you get your heart pumping. And then when you do the heart exercise, the pumping, the moving exercise, that muscle that you were tensing before, by lifting weights with it, or lifting something, or just working it out a little bit, that's where the fat is going to be burned and the muscle is going to be gained. So you can really shape your body through that.
Is new to me. I do work out, I'm focusing on generally 2 muscle groups per workout, particularly upper body. Today,
Team recorded?
And I did some abs and a little bit of legs. But I've never actually matched up cardio to focus on those muscles.
Yeah.
So you say that actually burns the fat for that area where that muscle is.
That's what I found. I mean, like, my abs now are, like, I have, like, more of a 6-pack definition because of that. That's how the past month I've been doing not 5 hours a day, but I'm getting closer to 1 hour. And also when I lift, I was in a very fast routine, and then I hurt my, I got a started this. Because I was doing cardio.
That must have hurt.
Yeah, it's still till today. I have, like, some numbness sometimes at night.
Really? So it's really pinching the nerve.
Yeah, so I do a lot of yoga for that. So when I lift, I try to really listen to the muscle, and I try to do more like a machine, and do really slowly. I find it really slow until it feels the burn, and then move on to the next one, and do really slow. Because weight is really like a building of the muscle. It doesn't have to be really fast. So I leave the weights to weights and cardio to cardio.
Yeah. Very good.
A lot of the strengthening exercises.
Good.
I need weights till I call.
Good.
I like the camera.
So when the next time you come into Law Fitness, I want you to, and repeat after me, simple phrase, to pick things up and put them down.
Pick things up and put them down.
All right, good. Actually, we did that with a little bit of an accent,
I got it.
which is pretty good.
It's all a commercial.
Make that a little bit more European, Eastern European.
So pull things up and put them down.
Very good, very good.
I pick things up and put them down.
We're going to give you a free month membership to Law Fitness here.
You could rewind again so you could understand it better. But basically, work on tensing that muscle that you want to shape, and you know, you do routines, you do sets, you know, 10 times of, you know, lifting. You want to work on this muscle, you lift, right? 10 of these, or until the muscle, doesn't really matter if it's 10 or 20. You lift until you feel a burn in that muscle. Once you feel a burn, you do the next set of a different group of muscles. And, you know, within every 10 minutes you get back to that muscle and do a set. And again, a set, you do slowly, not fast. When you do it fast, it could create a horrible imbalance in your system. Do it slowly. Lifting should be done slow until you feel the burn. And you're the only one who's going to feel that burn. You're the only one who knows what muscle is working. If a trainer is going to tell you do this and that muscle is working but you're not feeling that muscle, then you might move a little bit. You know, there's certain ways to hold that tennis racket, but the person who invented that tennis racket might have been a bigger person. Same thing with weights. The trainer might tell you that one thing is going to make that muscle work, but if you don't feel that muscle, then it's not working. So you're going to make sure that you're doing that movement that makes that muscle working, the muscle that you really want to work on, and you're the only one who could feel that muscle. Once you feel it burning, you know that this muscle is working. You do it a bunch of times, you feel it working until you actually feel that burn, and then you can move to the next group of muscle and do a set of repetitive sets on that muscle. And you get it back to that muscle. Do a few sets, and then you move to the aerobic, to the active heartbeat, cardio part. And that's how you shape that muscle.
Exercise in many ways is the unsung hero of psychological interventions. It helps on so many levels. John Ratey, mentioned him, Harvard Medical School professor, psychiatrist. In a way, exercise can be thought of as psychiatrist's dream treatment. It works on anxiety, on panic disorder, and on stress in general, which has a lot to do with depression. And it generates the release of neurotransmitters, norepinephrine, serotonin, and dopamine, that are very similar to our most important psychiatric medicines. Having a bout of exercise is like taking a little bit of Prozac and a little bit of Ritalin right where it is supposed to go. The exact right amount of it, the exact right location, and without side effects, or with side effects, positive side effects, physical as well as mental and emotional side effects.
Okay, so how's your practicing? I pick things up and... That's even better. That's the best one yet.
We should tilt over that. Climb a tree if that's what you want to do. YouTube, like exercise from home, exercise from the hotel. Instead of making up like, you know, just like AJ doing right now, it's like, you know, lifting your own body weight, or the laptop. Right. Or I take my backpack, I put my laptop and 2 bottles of water, and I just do like, you know, I do squats with my backpack, or, you know, or lifting on the stairs, where you like all your body weight.
Oh yes, yes, exactly.
So, just add some weight.
Right.
It's really good. Or I hold my back.
You should sit in that. It's like, that's the meanest jet ever.
Oh, yes, yes.
When it hurt.
Fucking working me out here, kid. So. Out of control.
trying to kill me. See what you're doing? Trying to put those moves
Feels
on.
so good after.
It does, doesn't it?
So good.
Driving all those
This is great.
Okay, so let me tell you about Jack LaLanne.
Okay.
Type in, do a Google search for Jack LaLanne. You'll see incredible black and white film, but live TV, him and his dog, I forget his dog's name, but with very little equipment, sometimes just a chair, he would do all these different kinds of exercises designed to, and he was the first one in the U.S. to do this, designed to get people at home exercising.
Wow.
And jumping jacks were named after Jack LaLanne. Even in his 70s, he was tying himself to a rope, probably at least 100 feet long, connected to at least 6 or 7 boats. And he swam from Alcatraz to the shore in San Francisco Bay.
Wow.
Even in his 70s, he was doing these incredible stunts. So I'm showing his fitness.
I made this playlist before you got here.
Oh, really?
So what's your next competition?
It's in June. And it's Miss Fitness
Miss Fitness
Universe.
Universe. Where will this be?
Where?
Yeah.
In Germany.
Fantastic.
That's good. That's good. Good luck. Really good.
And by winning Miss Fitness Israel, you have earned you a slot into this competition.
Yeah.
Very well. That's excellent. Yeah, very good. Very good.
So we stopped last time with overcoming barriers. And some of the barriers are that it's difficult, there is some pain associated with it, even if you are at 70% of your heart rate. It's still uncomfortable. And ways to deal with it is, at least until you get into it, because very often we enter the zone when we start to run and we don't feel the difficulty anymore. But at least at the beginning, it's important to have social support, to divide and conquer, to build gradually, and to have distractors such as TV, your MP3 or whatever it is.
I really like about your gym that they have music.
Other gyms don't have music?
Why was the music festival was very low? Like sometimes not here.
Why do I do that?
I was in Harvard the past 2 years. And I took this amazing yoga class. That's what really I took for my 185th. I started doing PT to help heal physical therapy for a year. And really helped. And once I started this, the Ashtanga yoga, which is a very hardcore yoga, it really helped. So when I left, I couldn't take it back to Harvard anymore. I started Googling and like YouTube and development information. Just like finding things on the internet. Actually, a friend of mine on Facebook sent me a link of a website where you, if you're alone and you want to work
is definitely available.
Yes.
Work out with friends. You don't have to be alone. Take a partner. Even if you don't have clothes, just borrow some clothes from your friends. I went to my friends, I didn't have anything to wear. I found they have weights. I was like, okay, no one else will live this life for me. If I need to work out, I could work out. I turned it into a party in their house. This is in Jerusalem. My two awesome friends, I just started working out, and it just became such a fun gig. Check it out. I wasn't motivated, I was tired. I just got the whole room to work with me. It's contagious. And it's like getting wet. It's the fear of starting. It's the fear of starting to work out. Just start. Tal Ben-Shahar calls it the 5 minutes of takeoff. The beginning, when you start, I call it kind of rusty. You feel kind of rusty for the first 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes of takeoff. It's okay later to stop if you're still not feeling it. But just to start. Similarly with meditation, actually. They say you start with like 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Next time you might be able to do more. But you start with baby steps. Those steps are acknowledged in your mind, and you know they're reminded in your mind as a step. And the next time you might do it again because you were able to do it last time. It registered in your mind. Just do baby step. 10-second workout. Come on. Just open and close your hands. Next time you're gonna stand up and sit down. You could do it. Yeah. I believe in you. so fun. Just dance. Dance, dance, dance. Ready for working out? Hell yeah. Work out with friends. You're out emotions. There's emotions, there's intellect. Intellect, you can fight intellect with intellect. Emotions, you fight with emotions. When you're feeling bad, you could try and explain it until like tomorrow. You could explain, but at the end of the day, you're dealing with an emotion. If you want to fight an emotion, you just bring an emotion. You're feeling crappy, go do something happy. That's why we're at the mall today. And we're gonna try on funky and fun dresses and have a good time. And we'll see how you feel tonight. Alright? Check it out. Try to deal with an emotion by emotion, not by intellect.
Which category does this fall under? This whole conversation we just had, which category does it fall under?
Tiferet.
Tiferet? Balance?
Balance.
Do I have permission to use this footage?
Any footage. I love you.
So, question is this. Shalhavit? Yeah. Very nice to meet you. And we've met before. AJ. Yes. What is the key to health? Determination.
Definitely.
And
Determination and protein and
determination, protein,
for sure.
and mind game.
Yeah. It needs to be in your head.
In your
You
head.
can't just come in and
Under your skin.
you can't just come in and you can't just come here and try and work out. It has to be in your head.
Yes.
And as soon as you got that, and then you got circuit training, you got 3 different workouts, 4 different sets of anything else, 3 sets of everything together, and then just put it all together. Like earlier I was doing super sets on shoulder. Yeah. Shoulder was feeling good.
Yeah. I bet.
I like that.
I bet. Very good. Okay.
אני גם לא הבאתי את הפרחים שלי.
Very good. Okay. Your turn.
Health?
Yes.
because sadness is part of life.
Yes, it is.
And it's actually, there's a research showing that when you write about positive experience and when you write about a negative experience, it's both equally helpful for your system. It's just like, you know, being mindful, acknowledge it, and feel it and experience it. So happiness is not necessarily, you know, being, you know, to smile on your face all the time. So it's health, it's emotional health. There's one key.
No way mo takot ka.
There's one key. Like, I think that moving around is good, but also eating well, you know.
Definitely.
I see a lot of models, like, with like very extreme like behavior, like, you know,
Yes.
so I like determination because
Those are two very much in sync with each other. Very much.
like determination means like, you know, you keep on trying.
Yes.
Because it's never gonna end. Like it ends only when you die.
Right.
Like the only two people that are, the only way to be like always in one state. The only people that are in one state are either dead or psychopaths. So I like determination because it means, you know, you fail and you try, you fail and you try. It's not perfect.
Right. Excellent. Wonderful answer.
How about you?
I think it's about caring for yourself.
That's my show's about, like learning to love yourself.
Yes. I think it starts there because if you don't have that self-care, self-respect with short-term and long-term goals, then it's so easy to let things slide. Well, if you're not going to put yourself and your own health first,
No one's going to do that for you.
It's about, all right, caring for yourself, self-respect, and responsibility. Being responsible.
I love that, caring for yourself. I'm really like, I moved to the States by myself, and like, and I mean, like what I'm really learning, I'm trying to be my own parent, like feed myself, love myself, design my room, like, you know, in a nice way. Like, even this video is kind of like documenting my life, and I'm learning that it's kind of like saying, it's like my way to tell myself I'm important. Like when a parent has a baby and like they take pictures of them all the time.
Right.
So it's really like a journey to love ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It does have a lot to do with their identity, my identity. I view myself as someone who's loved. And that's the beginning of how I start to define who I am and what's important to me.
And when you're feeling good, like you can really carry the world with you. When you're not, you can't give yourself to anyone. So it's really you first. They will really help you. I mean, it's important. That's my right hand. Where do you live?
In midfield. So hop, skip, and a jump away. Very nice talking to you. I'll see you again.
I hope this gave you some motivation if it didn't go and talk to a friend, or you really know what's right for you, and life is about that. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
I'll send you my email address if I can. Can I connect with you on Facebook and LinkedIn?
Yeah, wonderful.
I've got an international discussion going about a project called In Pursuit of Motivation. And great to have you join that group.
I would love to. Caring for yourself. AJ, what is life about? Let me finish the episode.
Life is about living it to the fullest, having a blast, keeping healthy, and making money. That's what life is about. And relaxing after a nice workout in this hot tub.
I might edit some of what you said.
Okay,
I'm gonna
never mind. You don't have to have money.
I don't know if life is about money. There's so much research showing that money is really not a predictor for happiness.
love movement.
It's helpful.
It's definitely not everything though, that's for sure.
So that being said, go on, do your thing. Hope you enjoyed, hope you got some tips.
God bless. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is awesome. Crazy abs. It's insane. Look at those abs. It's crazy. She's terrible. She's making us.
Good luck. And it was right for me. There's so many different kinds. And everybody loves to be stretched. Different kinds, different teachers. And it's really important to get advice from someone else of how to stretch, because there's so many ways that you would never think of. Or that you will think of, but in a million years. So it's good to have someone to give you, or like when you're 90 or something. Contagious. And it's like getting wet. It's the fear of starting. It's the fear of starting to work out. Just start. Tal Ben-Shahar calls it 5 minutes of takeoff. The beginning when you start, I call it kind of rusty. You feel kind of rusty for the first 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes of takeoff. It's okay later to stop if you're still not feeling it. But just to start. Similarly with meditation, actually. They say you start with like 10 seconds, 5 seconds. The next time you might be able to do more. But you start with baby steps. Those steps are acknowledged in your mind, and you know they're reminded in your mind as a step. And the next time you might do it again, because you were able to do it last time. It registered in your mind. It registered in your mind. Just do baby steps. Just do baby 10-second workout. 10-second workout. Come on. Just open, close your hands. Just open, close your hands. You're gonna stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. You could do it. You could do it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
People would not really something we say.